Ladies and gentlemen, please rise. And now to honor America, please join in the singing of our national anthem. Representing the three-time Stanley Cup champion New Jersey Devils, Arlette.
I feel like I'm at a game. Oh my gosh. Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say, does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the
Happy Devils Sunday. This is the Let's Go Devils podcast, season 4, episode 17, titled Devils Lottery Chances Looking Better, dropped 5-2 to the Pens. I'm your host, Sam Wu, here with Beer Baron, Shorts Guy, and Scotty of SiriusXM Liquid Metal. Streaming live on Facebook Live, Twitter Live, YouTube Live, and Twitch on the Primetime Radio Network. This is also Chico Resh's favorite Devils podcast.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is.
On record.
Oh,
right. Yeah, and we just had a game. I'm sorry.
Right into it. Right into it.
And we just had a game. Well, first off, I just want to say, man, big reveal. Look at those jerseys. Woo! Man.
Fresh.
Boy, I'm so glad Sam Wu didn't mail me mine. Thank you, Sam Wu, for doing this. I was so excited all week that I was actually going to get this in the mail. He's like, big reveal, bro. We're doing it on Sunday. And I'm like, all right,
Scotty,
cool. Waiting. Oh, no. Hang on there a second. All of a sudden, yesterday,
you know who I blame?
He's like, everyone got it. And I'm like, hang on, I don't have my jersey. He's like, oh, I didn't send you yours, Scotty. The hell with that. That was just.
I blame our poor listeners and fans because we didn't raise enough money to bring this over on our private jet. We're about $34 million short. Now, Shorts Guy and I bought some Doge cryptocurrency, and we're up 9%. So we're almost there. Just needed to get
it. Venmo? Have you heard of Venmo? I could have Venmo'd you some money, okay? Like, we could even got old school. And what was the old school? Oh, Western Union. We could go to like Cowboys and Western Union, all the way from California, from Cali, all the way over.
You didn't get my telegram that it's not coming?
All right, so
actually, it was Beer Baron singing and dancing coming in. But we had a big game today that the Devils didn't really. What's up?
Before we move on, even if Sammy would have sent it out on Wednesday, my guess is it would still be in transit. I have something shipping from out your way in California that was shipped on April 3rd. And is still yet to show up today on April 11th. So my guess, even if Sammy had sent it, you still would unfortunately not have gotten it today. But that doesn't make that's not making an excuse for Sammy not going to the post office. I'm just saying.
No,
Yeah,
I'm blaming our fans. They didn't buy enough
Blaming
T-shirts.
the
They didn't buy.
fans. Wow.
Yeah, wait
They're not
to
buying
win the
enough
fans
t-shirts.
over, Sam.
Yeah, seriously.
Man.
Seriously.
Sam is going full heel. He's going full heel right now. guys.
Yeah.
You,
The proverbial
know how like
bus has just
Yeah,
run everyone
right?
over.
you know how the players usually are like, oh no, I'm not making they're hurt or something like that. It's like, no, I'm fine, I'm not making excuses or anything like that. And then the day the season's over, they're like, I'm getting my shoulder operated on tomorrow. Actually, just waiting for the season. That's not a Sam Wu move right there. Sam Wu is just right from the get go. He's just like, nah, here we go. Here's what's wrong. Oh God! And I'll tell you what's wrong. Devils score today, losing again 5-2 to the Penguins. First period there, just going over it real quick. Am I saying is it Sevor? Is that how you say it? I'm not even. Is that how you say it? Whatever. He scored 2 goals, his fourth and his fifth. And then Miles Wood, very nice, gets his 14th of the year from Sammy Vatanen, who was put on waivers. Was surprisingly put on waivers and played today. I really thought someone would have claimed him when he was put on waivers, but we'll talk about that. Jesper Bratt, his 20th. Look at that. Jesper Bratt, his 20th assist. Very nice for Jesper. Second period, Russ got to his 17th. And there was like a scramble play.
Questionable goal.
Is that the questionable goal one?
That's
okay,
one
so
where
that is
yeah,
the
because
one.
that's one where Crosby pushed Ty Smith into the back of.
That is
Black.
okay.
Right.
So we
That's
gotta.
okay.
So
That's
Which-
okay.
we got to talk
I've
about
got-
that. We got to talk.
I've got
Yeah,
so
okay.
just when we get to that later, I've got the goaltender interference rule already up here. It's Rule 69, interference in the goalkeeper. We'll discuss that later. I actually have the wording of the rules, and I've got my own take on that and then the PK goal. So we'll get to that after.
Yeah.
So you finish the recap and we can talk about that.
Yeah, because we also got to talk on that about like what Severson and Jack Hughes did with some bad giveaways before. But anyway, Guntzel his 18th and the third, and then another one we're going to discuss. PK Subban picking up his 4th, unassisted, kind of doing a nice little dipsy do right through the defense right there, bobbing and weaving, and made the game interesting. But the Pens get a empty netter right there at the end, 5-2. No Devil Stars tonight. Shots on goal 10, 6, 8 for a total of 24 for Pittsburgh, 14, 11 for a total of 30 for the Devils. They came back. They played better in the second period. Let's see. Face-offs, pretty even. 47% for Pittsburgh, 52 for the Devils. No power play goals. And again, the penalty kill gave up a power play for the Pittsburgh Penguins. Gave up a power play goal, from the Penguins. 17-17 in blocks. We out hit the Pens 12-7, 12-6 in giveaways. So it was there was some good and there was some bad. I thought Miles Wood had a strong game. I thought Ty Smith had a strong game until that Crosby play. Jack Hughes also had a strong game. Hit the post in the third. Woo! He also made a sweet move, but he hit the post. Sharon Govich had a nice one robbed from him. Set up by Jack Hughes from Tristan Jarry. Seems to have our number when he's in goal there. But, all right. Which one do you want to talk about first? And we got to get everyone's opinion on Facebook Live and YouTube Live. You want to go over the Rust goal first?
Yeah, because I feel like the Rust goal leads up to the PK goal being allowed.
Okay.
So,
but I thought the NHL just fixed all that. I thought the NHL just fixed all that.
You know,
all right, so
Anyways,
it's
So
funny.
go on,
I
go
thought
on.
it should have been flipped. I thought PKs shouldn't have been, and then like the Rust should. I mean, the other way. Never mind. Go ahead. I'm an
okay,
idiot.
so
go ahead.
here.
no argument.
Okay, so
Yeah.
the last paragraph of Rule 69.1. Rule 69 is interference on the goaltender. Last paragraph. And I'm reading verbatim here. If a defending player has been pushed, shoved, or fouled by an attacking player so as to cause the defending player to come into contact with his own goalkeeper, such contact will be deemed contact initiated by the attacking player for purposes of this rule. And if necessary, a penalty to the attacking penalty assessed to the attacking player, and if a goal is scored, it would be disallowed. So, right there, I guess you would have to classify Crosby as an attacking player unless they saw him to the side of the play and deemed him a non-attacking player, which I don't know how you wouldn't. He was on the offense, and he clearly gave enough of a shove with a Ty Smith that was in front, right? Which, if you watch, pushes Ty Smith, whose right foot comes in contact with Mackenzie's left foot, which throws him off balance, and as he kind of falls a little bit to his left, the puck goes to the right, and it goes in. So I feel like according to that, unless you guys have a different opinion on that, according to that, that goal should have been disallowed. Because as an attacking player, Crosby, if he's on offense, to me he's an attacking player, pushes the defenseman into the goalkeeper, causing that contact, which according to the rule of the law is deemed contact on the goalkeeper by an attacking player. So that would be that. Now, to me, that was a missed call, which then led to that PK goal. Where for that, what? All right, let's hear your thoughts.
No, I'm sorry.
Here we go.
I agree with you. I agree with you completely with everything that you were saying about that. But the PK goal, I'm watching the replay of that, and if you're watching, I gotta see what the name of the hell is his name? Ceci. So Ceci. So it wasn't PK that pushed the goaltender into the net. It was Ceci's stick that was underneath PK's stick that pushed the goaltender back into the goal. So even though PK was crashing the net, and it does look like from one angle, because if you go onto the NHL app, and you know how they have each goal where you can see each goal highlight. I would hold it up here, but I don't want to get in trouble for copyright and blah blah blah. But as PK is coming around, Ceci tries to lift his stick, and in the process of trying to lift his stick, the puck is already kind of like trickling by your Jari or whatever his name is, the goaltender from Pittsburgh. But you see Ceci's stick actually like push into Jari. So if you watch it, because they play it in slow motion, so what looks like PK basically bulldozing over him, the second angle they show, and I can understand why it's a good goal. That one, and I mean, like if that happened to the Devils, I would look at that's the replay and see how they looked at it up in Toronto, and I'd be like, yeah, it's a good goal. Unfortunately, it's a good goal, but yeah. So PK's goal, I think is a solid goal. I mean, it's it is what it is. It's like goaltender interference a little bit on both sides of it, but PK doesn't actually make contact with Jari. So I don't know. Listen. It was a weird game because the second period...
Very weird.
Yeah, the second period, the Devils came out and they felt like they were starting to get their feet under them and really take control of the game. They were playing a little bit better. And then that Crosby goal, it felt like it sucked the wind out of the sails. So, I don't know, man.
Yeah.
I just, at this point, it's... tomorrow's going to be an interesting day. Kulikov is held out of tonight's game for precautionary reasons. And this whole Sandy Vatanen
thing, a lot of that.
Miles Wood went and scored himself a goal. Like, hey, Boston, you need some... Sam, we got a cash register? Come on, Sam.
Zaka.
Yeah, what happened? Did we get a report? Did I miss that?
So what happened was he went out there for the second period. Took the face off. They dropped the puck. He took the face off, and he started skating right to the bench and was like, I guess either he was hurt in the period before and was just trying to give it a go and went out there and was like, no, this doesn't feel good. Or they pulled him in the middle of the game because they were going to trade him. But I think the first one is probably what happened.
I don't think that. Well, what I was wondering there was like a COVID test that came back, like pregame.
That's what I would have thought.
Yeah.
So that's what I was, because that's when you do see players. We really didn't hear anything about an injury. I mean, I didn't notice him favoring anything. Like, I feel like he was in on the plays in the first period. But I could have missed something. We're only getting the TV view. I wasn't actually there to see it in person.
Mhm.
So maybe we missed something. But yeah, they said he only came out for like 11. I mean, that's critical.
9 seconds.
I mean,
That's
or
big,
11
but-
or 9 seconds. Yeah, I know you love your boy Mikey McLeod, but
Hey, and
there's a big difference.
There's
a big difference, with him on that
There's a big
second
difference,
line
but
there.
who's been one of the most dominant Devils in the faceoff circle?
Mikey McLeod.
There you
Well,
go.
Travis Zajac. Then
Dude,
Mikey
the kid has been taking strides, and I don't care what anybody says. You can knock him or whatever, but he only needs 4 more goals for me to buy that jersey. But I'm just saying he's
And he did do
Florida
well
leaps him
against. And he did do well against Crosby, who's one of the better face-off guys in the league on Friday. I didn't look. I don't know what he did tonight against Crosby, but I think they said he was 5 for 8 on Friday against Crosby. So that's not bad at all.
pretty damn good, kid.
But
Pretty damn
you're 4
good.
goals away, and you got to get that jersey.
Yep,
4 goals.
you're damn right. That's all it takes. That's all it takes.
You're hoping he scores 3 before the end of the season, so you don't have to.
Scores
Get
3. I'll tell you what. If he finishes with 9, I'll get a jersey instead of a jersey.
Oh man,
I get the Mikey McLeod jersey. But he's been doing better in the faceoff circles. But I saw it on Twitter because I was watching a game and kind of bouncing back and forth between Twitter and the game, just keeping an eye on all these little trades that have been kind of trickling in. Columbus is making some moves. But there's some interesting things that
So
have
is
been kind of
Detroit.
developing. So is Detroit. I think that has taken away some of the defensive or some of the defensemen that have been moving around the league have taken away some of our trade partners, I think. But I also think that there's a good chance that Kulikov could end up as a Winnipeg Jet tomorrow. As just a hunch and just kind of things that I've been seeing out there. But the whole Zacha thing, they were reporting that he kind of skated over to the bench gingerly. So I'm hoping, and you never want to hope for an injury, but maybe it's something that he tweaked and he'll be all right. Not the best time, but also, hey, listen, not like this team is fighting for a playoff spot. So if he's hurt, don't rush him back out into the ice. Let him get 100% and put him up there. Same thing with Nico. Like everybody's like, get Nico out there, and it's like, guys, we're not going
Nico
for a
will be
playoff
back on
spot. Give him some
Tuesday.
time. I think
He'll
he
be
will
back
too,
on
but I'm
Tuesday.
just saying.
I'm thinking
Yeah.
that.
Yeah.
But it's like, why rush him back? Obviously you want him to get some time out there, and you want to see him play. He's the captain of the team now. But at the same time, like if Zacha's actually hurt, there's no need to like really put him through the grinder and try to rush him back.
No, well, that's what I was wondering if he was hurt or if anyone, if there was an update on it, because just when we've seen guys pulled like that, a lot of times it has been for just, hey, there was a test that came back negative or something like that this season. So
Yeah, which
just
sucks.
curious if there was an official word. I'm seeing, and I'll say it right now, Marian Studenich. I thought it was Studenik, but it's Studenich. So he's at the podium right now talking after his first
Is that
game.
him with the green hat? With the green hat
That's
on?
him with the green hat on right now.
All right.
So we're
I
going
can
to be
only
seeing a
see-
lot of
I
those
can only see like
67.
first games. A lot
I
of
can only
those
see
first
like the
games are
top
going to be
half of
happening.
my television. I can only see the top half of my television from where I sit, so I don't see any of the information that's technically that's usually at the bottom. So I just see like shoulders and up.
What's weird is like I still can't get over seeing some of these odd numbers. There's a lot of things that have happened in the last couple of days, by the way. The Devils did make a trade today that we have to talk about. Gusev got picked up by Florida, which is no surprise.
Yep.
Since during the pandemic, he lived down there with his family down in South Florida.
Someone's had to make a Flying South reference by now, right?
Oh, yeah, a few people. The Goose is
Okay.
flying south, yeah. But
Okay.
Well, I got a bunch of shirts that are now rags. Thanks to him.
that's the
Thanks to
worst.
him not doing well, I got a bunch of shirts that are now rags.
Well, they're red, right? They're red, right? You just
Yeah.
slap a Florida Panthers logo on it, and there you go. You just sell them to those goons
Yeah.
down there. They'll buy it. They'll
You've
cut
done
the
shirts
sleeves off
before.
first, though.
You've done shirts
I'll
before.
try.
You know that's not that simple.
Oh, I know. I'm just saying. Or
Yeah, it
just
would
put
be nice.
a Panthers logo on the back of it. Cut the sleeves off, maybe bedazzle it and sell it in Florida. That thing will sell like hotcakes. There'll be people will wear that to the prom.
Hey,
But,
Lindy.
anyway, moving on. Lindy's
moving
up
on.
now.
Moving on.
Lindy's. I wish I was smart enough to put my closed captioning thing when I mute my TV when we start the show. I never put the closed captioning on so I could actually maybe like read in the background what Lindy is saying when he's at the podium. I'm always like, damn. And my remote
Trying to
is
read
all the way
lips.
over there. Yeah, and I'm like, curses.
And again-
I have no idea what you're
again,
saying.
Again, if I were able to if I could put on closed captioning from where I am, still wouldn't be able to read it. I got my couch in the way.
Like he's saying something. I'm not sure,
Hey,
but it's weird
Well,
seeing
hopefully-
67 out there.
Hopefully, we're getting
Yeah,
an update
it's-
on what's going on with Pavel Zacha there. So, hopefully, it's nothing serious. We don't want to see anything happen to Pavel. We want to see him finish out the
Yeah.
season strong.
So, gentlemen,
Mhm.
let's talk about the little trade that the Devils made today for Nico Heischer's friend. Siegenthaler is a big defenseman. Now, this is from
How do you know it's his
Corey
friend? You think everybody in
Because
it
Switzerland
was-
is friends?
Yeah, dude. Yeah, they're all pals. You don't know that? They all
Why?
like know each other
Because they
and hang
played
out the
because they
same
played on the
place.
same team.
Yeah,
Why?
BFFs.
We do this
Same language
podcast
and
together. I
everything.
don't like you.
Well, that's neither here nor there. He's been waiting to say that for so long, folks.
Yeah, this was an easy
But
one.
anyways,
Come on. You walked right into
$1,000
it. I
a
mean,
big-
geez.
I know. Well, obviously, it's a big. I might as well just softball pitch that through the internet to you. Siegenthaler is a big defenseman who can make stops due to his reach and physicality. So he's a big dude. His skating is good for his size, but his game can be rather vanilla. And without a ton of speed or skill, he's limited to make good outlet passes as his way to push play up ice. I think I think there's enough to this player, to be a competent third pair PK type defenseman in the NHL without much offense. And in New Jersey, he will have an opportunity for ice time, given his age and ability to control his rights, counterbalanced by the lack of offensive upside. This seems like a fair trade for a third-round pick, and that's from Corey Proman. Now, I'll be honest with you, trying to do a little
I
homework on this
forgot
guy.
like half. I forgot half of the things you said already. We're gonna have to review all that. Hey, look at that super zoom. By the way, Steve Tartaz has said that Ruff had no update on Zacha beyond saying it doesn't look promising. So
that's great. Well,
Yeah.
we may be shutting him down for the season. Well, he's not going to get
Art.
traded now since he's
There's
not looking. At least he's going to be here on Tuesday.
Yeah. And Art Heaton on our on the other side of town in the YouTube group says, what do the Devils organization see in Severson? Well, we're not sure. Because some nights he looks like he's a great defenseman, and other nights he looks like he looks lost. We'll put it that way.
Yeah.
he did
All right,
not
so let's get
have
back-
the best of games tonight either. On that Russ goal, I mean, actually, Jack Hughes as well. We didn't really talk about it. Jack Hughes had a bad giveaway, and then Severson tried to, make up for it, and he ended up coughing up the puck behind the net, and then that's when they. No. All right.
No, that did
I could
happen.
have sworn that's what. Yeah, I could have sworn that's
That
what
did
happened
happen.
right there. But
I think Sam was just reacting to that play there.
oh, okay. Oh, we get more time. What does that mean? Or time's up.
I mean, you're out of time. You're out of
No,
time.
it means Severson's time is up. That's all.
Oh, I get it now.
A roundabout way of saying that.
Oh, I get it. That was a little like sound effect charades. We were trying to figure it out there, okay. All right, I'll go with it.
But
So,
if the Devils
Go ahead.
if the Devils traded Severson tomorrow, in like 2 weeks, he would be looking like a top-class defenseman making 0 mistakes. Just the way that our luck tends to go.
And you know what
with
that
some of
reminds
these
me of?
trades. What?
You know what that reminds me of? Of Paul Martin. Remember when Paul Martin was the Devils defenseman and everybody hated him? Everybody was like,
And then he
Paul
went to
Martin
Pittsburgh.
sucks. He can't do this. He can't do that. And he went to Pittsburgh and everybody cried like, why did we get rid of Paul Martin? Because I hate to say this, but most Devil fans should not go on social media and post anything. Like some of you just say as soon as he does something wrong, it's like Severson's the worst and da 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 da. I'm like, he's not the best, but Jesus, guys, like for crying out loud, like, do we have to bitch and complain about every little thing?
I think that's across the league. That's not just Devils fans. It's I even see it in soccer. I see it in soccer with the Red Bulls. They're like, oh, this player sucks. It's like how many games have you played in professional soccer? I think you should probably watch what you're saying.
Aren't you a Yankee fan? Haven't you ever gone to a Yankee message board? Oh my God! It's even worse than the Mets. You kidding me? Like Severson's really not getting it that bad. Okay. Like I've heard some.
I mean, being a Giants fan, watching all the hate Eli Manning got after winning 2 Super Bowls. Yeah, I do see it everywhere else. It's just right now when you're in the middle of it, it's like, geez, it's like just calm down. Like we're not going anywhere this year. Like I think it's to the point where people are sick and tired of losing, and I get that. We all are. We're not like sitting here going like, hooray, the Devils lost to the Penguins again, guys. We're going to be talking about the prospects that are going to be coming up soon. Like, no, we're not excited to do that. But at the same time, the reality is what it is. And the fact of the matter is Kulikov's probably going to get moved tomorrow. There might be other moves that we don't even know that are happening, because if you watched the game, you saw that they cut over to Fitz, and he was sitting there texting like a teenager trying to get a date. You know what I mean? Like sitting there with his phone like this, with his eyes wide open. I don't know if it's like, Winnipeg was like, yo, we got a number 1. And, but anyways, it's just like,
I think he was,
when they lose, I'm not even mad.
I think he was actually watching the pregame podcast with me and Chico on his phone during the game.
No problem.
Watching the replay, at Taj Lounge 973.
Yeah. 973.
We're definitely going to see some movement tomorrow, and I'm sure Fitzy was just going through his contact list, like, hey, this is what we got. Are you watching so and so player? It just, if he was on his phone that much, you got to assume that there's some deal going down. But there may be no deal. Like, there's no point in dealing if it's not going to help us. So even if nothing happens, But I think, Scotty, didn't we talk about Severson on one of the post games this past week? And it's just like, sometimes when you have a bad stretch like that, it gets you're in a bad stretch like that, and it just sucks, and you just can't work your way out of it sometimes. And I feel like Severson's in one of those stretches where he just can't break out of it. He's just making mistakes, and then the mental mistakes compound the physical mistakes, and so on and so forth. But I believe we spoke about that earlier in the week on the butt goal.
Yeah,
game.
yeah. The old butt goal. Oh man, yeah. I mean, but I think, maybe the responsibility is just a little too much for him or something like that. We're in the A
Could
and
be.
everything. Oh, there it is.
There it is.
There it is. The old butt goal. Maybe it's just a little too much for him. Seeing Miles Wood tonight with the A, PK with the A. I mean, obviously, when Nico comes back, he'll take over one of those spots with his C. So we'll see. I don't know. Maybe I don't know what it is with Dame. I think he's better when he was playing second line role. That's for sure. But up on the top, he's just not a top 2 defenseman. That's just
Well, that's the thing. We don't have a top pairing. We don't. We have second and third and fourth. I mean, fourth would be having way too many guys on the bench, but we've got a lot of second and third pairing guys that are now having to play first pairing D. We just don't have that top pair, that top shutdown pair of defensemen. It's just so. This is what happens. At least we're not the Buffalo Sabres. Let's put it that way. At least we're not the Buffalo Sabres. At least we
Why
have.
they beat us? They beat us. That team,
Yeah, but
Well, that's
that
true.
team damn
We
near
didn't
took the
lose-
series from us.
Yeah, well, we didn't lose 18 in a row either. So at least we're not the
Yeah.
Buffalo Sabres. At least we have more of an NHL team than they do, at least to my mind. It's just we don't have that top pairing, and Severson is not that top pairing, and that's why he's still playing there, because there's just who is going to play better than him? Who is going to take that top spot from him out of our current crew that we have?
Yeah, nobody.
And-
that's pretty much the problem.
Exactly.
And Ty Smith, for
that's
everybody
what-
that's giving Ty Smith crap, he's a kid. He's still learning. This is his first year,
Ty Smith.
and he still
Yeah,
might
don't-
He'll
He'll be
might win
fine.
the Calder, and he'll be
Yeah,
fine.
Ty Smith is
Exactly.
going to be fine. We don't have
Because there's people that were
problems
killing
with
him
Ty
for some of
Smith.
the problems. There's some people that were killing him for some of the mistakes that he made, and it's like, dude, the kid is still projected to be one of the favorites for the Calder. I mean, he's having a decent, more than a decent season. He's having a pretty damn impressive season, if you ask me. And besides that, like, you look at him fundamentally, and the kid is, you just see everything that's pointing in the right direction.
Yeah.
So there's nothing
Oh,
wrong
yeah.
with that kid. I think, like,
And
you guys nailed it.
And
Like,
defensemen take time to develop.
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, you look at Severson and all the crap that he gets. I mean, I think you guys nailed it on the head. He's not a top he's middle of the road defenseman, and that's where he should be. But when we keep thrusting him into the top line of it, what's so funny?
Mm-hmm. Good.
No, that's it.
Go.
No.
I'm
Well,
just reading some
you know,
comments. That's all. Go ahead. Go.
Let's
What were you
You
saying?
know,
No,
let's
I
not
was
forget
agreeing.
that-
I was agreeing with what you were saying.
let's not forget that a top defensive pairing is playing against the top forwards that we're playing against, and he's not the type that's going to shut down the likes of a Crosby or an Ovechkin, a Pasternak. You know, the guys that he's stuck playing against. Like, he's not going to stop those guys. He'll stop the second and third line guys, but he's not going to stop the first line guys, and that's just where he's stuck, because we don't have anyone that's better. We don't have a top pairing defense, a top pairing defenseman. That's one of the things, like Chico said in pregame, that's one of the things the Devils have to address over the next couple months going into the summer, is getting that top defenseman in. Bringing this guy in today, I still can't even pronounce his last name. He's a depth guy. He's not going to be in our top pairing, another third pairing, so a depth guy, but we got to bring in that top D guy that's going to solidify that back line. That's got to be one of the top things this summer.
And we got to see, like, that's what we got to figure out too, is what we got with Kevin Ball, what we got with Riley Walsh, what we got with Nikita Hoytyuk. Damn it, I still say that wrong. What do we have with these guys? What are we going to do with them? Where are they going to play? Where are they going to fall in line? Next year is going to be big for that. I don't know what we're going to be attractive to free agents, in this upcoming season.
That's
but I
the
think
problem.
the following
That's
season,
the problem.
I think the following season we will be, though. But I mean, PK will still be here. We're still going to have PK, and we're going to
Unless he
have a
goes to
lot of young
Seattle.
guys.
Unless he's
Well, that or I know a lot of people are asking, what are we going to do with Will Butcher? I have a feeling, like a Will Butcher.
Will Butcher could be that
He-
guy.
PK, yeah. Well, I mean, PK hasn't fought. I mean, Lindy seems to really like PK. PK seems to be great in the locker room. Obviously, Will Butcher seems to have fallen out of favor here. I think it's only because Kulikov got pulled, and there was no one else. That Butcher is like in that lineup today. So,
yeah,
I would
but
not be
there's also
surprised to
been-
see him call up another defenseman, like, even if Kulikov isn't moving, he's still pulled. Like, they'll call someone else. Butcher will go back to like being like the extra guy.
Or
I just had
there's a couple teams that have been interested in Butcher from some of the other things that
Yeah.
I've been reading, some of the other rumors that are out there. So I mean, he could be moved tomorrow.
He's your classic change of scenery like type of prospect defenseman guy,
and that's kind of and that's kind of like what we were hoping that we got in the kid from the Capitals. So it's going to be a change of scenery, and let's not forget a change of scenery is what did Palmieri good. I mean, he was kind of wasted away in Anaheim where he was buried in the depth of that team, came to New Jersey and blossomed. I mean, did he blossom into like this, a 50 goal scorer? No, but he blossomed to.
That's a little different, though. I mean, this kid is not like at the talent level of Kyle Palmieri.
What I'm saying is a change of scenery sometimes does people good, and I was just using Palmieri as an example.
Well, I think Palmieri was good in Anaheim. He just needed more ice time. It's here that he was able to do it. But I mean, I get what you're saying. Like he was able to actually get on the ice. What's his name? Just call him. My name is Jonas. Couldn't get. He's definitely not going to break that Capitals lineup.
No,
on defense.
The Capitals
Are you kidding me?
Is too stacked.
Yeah, they're beyond stacked. So maybe it will. Either that, or he's going to go to the AHL team, and we're going to see, a Hoyt-Yuck, Ball, or Walsh, and he's going to go down there. And eventually, I bet you we'll see him too. At some point, we're going to see them all. See them all.
Yeah, we're going to see them all at this point. We'll just see what's left over tomorrow by 3:01, or maybe a little bit after 3 if the fax is still going through.
Is that when Skynet goes online?
You gotta wait for the dial-up. The dial-up is still kind of, dialing into the AOL service. So you got your free hour from picking up the CD at the Wiz. But by a little bit after 3 tomorrow, we'll know who's still here and we'll know what the lineups will look like, and then it'll be tryout season for all the Binghamton guys. We'll see who they got. Who gets moved up, moved down. Will Butcher, I don't think he's going to be traded. I could be wrong. I'm probably going to be wrong. But to me, he seems more like that one player that's definitely expendable to Seattle. As far as, we're going to have to allow someone to go, and my guess is it's going to be him. And then, they got to address defense in the summer. I said it already, but that's what they got to address. That's the key.
Yeah.
I feel like I just talked in a circle.
Yeah, no. I mean, it's true. And Joey Giardino, we didn't forget about Muhammad Doolin, but I don't think he's going to be. I don't know if he'll be. I don't know what his season's like in the KHL and what his contract is like over there, but we have to figure that out. And yeah, going into and that's the crazy thing. And we've been talking about it, the Blue Jackets made a bunch of moves. The Red Wings made a bunch of moves, and they made moves to, the Canadiens, the Avs, the Lightning, the Panthers claimed and signed Nikita Gusev, A lot of those teams, I know a bunch of people on here, Jeremy and Ramona and Steve and Daniel and Ray, Adam, all talking about, teams that are cash strapped where we could take advantage of them. And
we could.
I was really the Leafs too. The Leafs made a couple, so it's like I don't know. I think Fitz is holding out for it, but you see them making moves, and you're starting to wonder what's left. Boston is still really in the hunt there. Winnipeg, like you're talking about earlier. Do they go for now that Savard is up there in Montreal? Wait, did he go to Montreal? Who went to Montreal?
No, I couldn't remember his name.
Who did
Stahl.
Who did Stahl? No, John Merrill too. John Merrill went to.
Oh, Merrill, yes. Sorry. Yeah, John Merrill went from Detroit. Detroit was involved in a really odd trade, the one with Tampa and Columbus. But yeah, Detroit has a ton of picks this year as well. So Detroit is doing what we're doing. I just hope that we're able to. I don't want to see Detroit get better than us, quicker than us. That's what I just am worried about. Anyway, sorry, continue.
They had a promo for Mr. Holtz there on the game as well. About him possibly coming over now that his season is stopped in Sweden.
But it depends about that the World Tournament though. If he's whenever that tournament is. I think that's going to have a want to call it the World Junior Tournament, but I know it's not that. But the World Tournament, which unfortunately we're not here in the U.S. We're not. I really wish that we were more psyched about playing in these World Tournaments, and that we had more of a. I think unfortunately it happens about the time that the NHL playoffs usually are taking place. But I really wish that we got more into this, the World Tournaments for ice hockey, because they're just in Europe. All those tournaments, amongst the different nations of Europe are just, no matter the sport, it's awesome. But part of it is going to be that his ability for that to play in that tournament. So that's going to, and I'm trying to look up when that is. I probably should have looked when that was prior to this. But I was asking Chico that too, and he brought that up. They also brought that up on the broadcast about the possibility of him going to play in that tournament. I'm just trying to find the dates of that so we can see when that is.
The World Championships. The World Championships.
Yeah, the World Ice Hockey Championships, 21st of May. So essentially he's probably going to make a decision, because if that starts on the 21st of May and he's going to be on that team, for him to come here, quarantine for 2 weeks, and then play like a game, and then to go back to quarantine for another 2 weeks. Yeah, my guess is we're not going to see him. If he's going to be on that World Championship roster for Sweden, he's not coming here till next season. I just don't. They're just in a normal year, and I feel like I say this all the time. In a normal year, yeah, we would have seen him for the end of the season, because at this point we're in April. We'd be in at least almost through round one of the playoffs. But yeah, with that World Tournament starting on the 21st of May, there's no way. Yeah, there's no way that he's not going to miss that if he's going to be on that Swedish team.
I guess that's his choice. What's he want to do?
Yeah, I don't blame him. You know what? Like I was saying before, these World Tournaments in Europe, man, they Europeans and pretty much the rest of the world eats up these World Tournaments. The United States cares about a World Tournament when the Olympics come around and when the World Cup comes around. That's when they care about worldwide tournaments and things of that nature. But the Ice Hockey World Championships, if he has a chance to play for Sweden, I guarantee he's going to take that. With all the crap that's going on with COVID protocols, there's no way he's going to leave Sweden, because it's in Latvia. So I'm assuming they're going to have to quarantine going into Latvia.
And by the way, it's Jeremy corrected me. Savard went to Tampa Bay. Sorry about that.
Yes, yeah. That was part of that 3-team trade with Detroit and Columbus, where Detroit bought like 25% of his contract for third or fourth round pick.
Steve Yzerman's
So
still making
weird.
the Bolts worthy, man.
Still weird.
Yeah, well,
They're so
my
cash
guess
strapped.
is-
what's
Bolts,
happening in Tampa Bay is there's a lot of weird, like, people yelling about cap circumvention and all that other kind of crap, and I just sit there and smile thinking about Lou Lamoriello having to forfeit, almost having to forfeit a first-round pick, but then having to take a later first-round pick because of the whole Kovalchuk situation, and then, like, how everybody in the league was screaming at him, and he was just like, I just give the guy a freaking, I don't know, whatever.
It's late. It's late. Our brains are
It's
fried.
Yeah.
For everyone that's wondering, this is about how our conversation goes after the podcast. Usually this late, we're all fried, except for Scotty. It's only like 4 in the afternoon where he is in California. He's going to go out and get dinner after he's done with this podcast.
I actually
of
worked
us-
out already. Usually when I'm done, I go and I work out afterwards. Yeah, but I did it early today. So,
I'm on the taxi squad if you guys want me to come in.
You're on the taxi squad?
Yeah, I'm on the taxi
Nice.
squad tonight. So if your brain is fried, let me in. You can sit. You can go on your brain fried protocol for a couple minutes.
Sam, by the way, the jersey behind you looks really good. I just want to say, great placement of that jersey.
Oh yeah. Here, let me show you
look
guys.
At that. Look at that. Oh, man.
Look at that.
Woo. Love
Ranger
it. Look at
Hate
that
Week.
third stripe on the bottom, too. Love it.
Yep.
And it also has, you know what? I know the Devils now want to put that single stripe on the bottom for the old, what was it? The Newark Bulldogs used to have that on their bottom of their jersey as well. I think this is great with the little white, you know, same thing, like the single small stripe there at the bottom. I think I love it. Love
I
it.
think they came out good. All right. So,
Came out great.
let's get back
Wish I
on
had
topic
one.
here.
Wish I could join you guys in the fun of putting one on, but apparently Sam Wu doesn't deem that important enough. Thanks, Sam Wu.
Scotty, I'm going to mute you. You're making me feel bad. I blame the fans. I blame the fans.
Don't blame the
Right.
fans. Don't blame the fans. I blame the shipping department.
Yeah, I mean, my town. It's so bad. I get certified mails. 2 weeks late, 3 weeks late. Like it's bad. My town. So it wouldn't have gotten to you anyway, even if I did try.
Have you guys ever watch It's Always Sunny when Charlie's in the mailroom and he's
No.
working there? Mr. Scott likes his coffee hot. Oh my God. That's Sam's shipping service is Charlie from It's Always Sunny.
I've gotten some private messages and a couple emails. People are asking me, how much are we charging? Are we actually making another batch? We're going to be charging a lot. Of course we're going to make another batch. So
They're
going
gonna
to
be like the Adidas. They're gonna be like the Adidas reverse retros. They'll be like $500,
impossible to
and
get.
only gonna yeah. So get in line now, all right?
It's a limited edition. Limited edition. You can go on SG Apparel's website at 3 a.m. to sign up.
It's going to cost you more if you want it personalized, too.
Yeah. Yeah, go to
Actually,
River City Sports. Go to River City Sports if you want to
Sam will hand
customize
deliver
one.
it to you.
You have to buy one of those PSLs, like when you get a stadium seat, you got to buy the PSL to get the right to buy the jersey, and then you can buy the jersey as well afterwards.
You got to be a Let's Go Devils podcast member. Membership fees $29.99 a month. Go to on our Patreon account. Let me make one up right now.
That's $29,99,000 a month.
Actually, I do want to.
Print it small.
I mentioned this on the I mentioned this on the pregame podcast, but I do want to give a shout out to Tommy Bowers and Revolt Hockey for getting these jerseys done for us and getting them done relatively quickly as far as a custom set of jerseys are concerned. So for anyone that needs jerseys or anyone that plays hockey and you need a good stick, Revolt Hockey's got some really good sticks you guys should check out. So check out Revolt Hockey. I think it's revolthockey.com.
Yeah, and when we do make these jerseys, I promise that I'll ship them. I mean, Beer Baron had some trouble with my shipping earlier this week in his mailbox.
That's because Sam was salty. Sam got all salty because I tricked them on April Fools. It was like, I put it in the mailbox.
He got all salty.
So I go out there, I look, I'm nothing there, and I'm like, okay, funny guy. And he goes, no, it's there. Are you sure? And I'm like, and you know what? At first I was like, oh, he put it into my neighbor's box, and I'll probably have to go to my neighbor's house and like go into their mailbox and I have somebody yell at me. And I was like, no, I know exactly what's going on. Sam's not that clever to try and pull a fast one. It's not like the old days when he tricked everybody into thinking that Sheldon Surrey was going to be a devil.
You're still not over that?
I told the whole barbecue of people. That sounds like a weird statement. A whole bunch of people at a barbecue. A whole barbecue. There was a bunch of barbecue people walking around.
Yeah.
Like, oh my God, the Devil's got Surrey. I think Scotty was there.
I might have been.
Come to think of it, I'm pretty sure you were there then.
Miroslav Satan is coming to the Devil's Satan.
He's going to wear number 6.
Wanted to get the same
everybody.
jersey. Everybody wanted the same jersey.
That would have
Come
been
on.
perfect.
Yeah.
Everybody wanted him, and everybody wanted to wear number 6. just like a dude that played for the I think he played for the Bolts. Ranger. Everybody wanted to play for the Rangers, and we're number 94.
Oh yeah.
Boo.
Boo.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Boo.
Boo this man. Boo this man.
Boo this man.
Speaking of those crosstown jerks across the river,
Mm-hmm.
four games in a row coming up this week, starting on Tuesday at home against the Rangers. Then we are at MSG for 2 games, the 15th and the 17th, and then back home on Sunday, 3 in the afternoon. This is the week we've all been looking forward to.
Sorry, guys. Bruins just acquired Mike Riley from Ottawa. Damn.
There goes another trade window. Come on, Fitzy, get on it.
Another trade partner.
Yeah.
But I'd rather Fitzy make the right trades instead of just trading just to trade.
Oh yeah. Yeah, don't get rid of people just for the sake of getting rid of people.
Exactly. If it's not going to work, if it's not going to fit, if the return's not good enough, just don't do it. What I do like is this. Like I know we spoke about this last year about this time. We had three first-round picks. This year we have 2 first-round picks, which means that we could package a first-round pick sometime, on draft day for a player.
Mm-hmm.
We can package a player or 2 and a first-round pick for another, solid defenseman, if that is out there. So I do like having that prospect of knowing that we can trade away a pick in the first round and still have a pick, which is always good. We'll see what we get between now and tomorrow.
Mm-hmm.
It's looking like the Jets are still linked to Murray and Kulikov. We'll see. I mean, I hope. I hope we can make at least one more happen. At least one more happen.
You know what though? There's so many different factors. There's so many different factors in this year that a lot of people are not really thinking about. It's not like a typical year where the trade deadline, because not only because of COVID, but you also have the expansion draft coming up. So a lot of people are saying the move that Fitzgerald made today. He kind of took him from the Capitals because the Capitals couldn't protect the kid, so they thought they were going to lose him. Even Tom Wilson, I know, fan favorite, Tom Wilson on the Capitals was saying, like, it's a bummer to lose. I said I want to say his name without reading it because
Jonas.
Come on, Jonas.
Just say Jonas.
Jonas.
My name is
Jonas.
I already made that.
Yeah.
And
I forgot the rest of the words. Yeah.
I know. Yeah, I could sing the whole song, but nobody wants to hear me sing. So, but anyways, so like, you have that move, but there's so many different things. There's so many different things that are going on right now where, Fitzgerald could make a move, could not make a move tomorrow. Kulikov could be with the Devils, which wouldn't be a surprise at the end of 3:00. But or there could be like some crazy moves that are happening behind the scenes that we don't even know about. It's just this year is so much different than typical years, so it's going to be kind of I don't know. There's a lot of unknown that's happening.
It's gonna get crazy.
It's gonna get crazy.
Wow. It's gonna be weird, wild stuff.
And we'll see.
That was a terrible impression.
I didn't do it really. My impression is like Dana Carvey doing an impersonation of Johnny Carson instead of actual Johnny Carson. That's weird. That's weird, wild stuff.
That is some weird, wacky stuff. Remember when I called your radio station? I called your radio station as the ghost of Johnny Carson. That was I was living in Philadelphia when I did that. David Ritchie from Calgary, the goaltender, to the Maple Leafs. The Maple Leafs are making some moves.
Okay. So I'm curious if there's going to be a lot more action tonight or tomorrow. But I think that everyone at home should set their alerts, because if there's any action and we can do a breaking news podcast, we will do that tomorrow. So everyone set your alerts, because if something big happens during the day, we will do all we can to break the news to you, our listeners. So set your alerts just in case. Just in case.
I want to see that middle of the night Sam Wu podcast where his glasses are like hanging off all crooked and stuff like that, you know?
He'll do it.
He would.
He will do
3
it.
in the morning. 3 in the morning.
Cameras accidentally pointed at his boxer shorts. That's all he's got on right now, you know? Like,
He sees.
The view will look sort of like this, just like.
But it's moving around a lot more. Most likely shooting it on the toilet. I have a question for everybody because I was a little confused when Sammy Vatanen went on waivers today, and then was out on the ice. Was anybody else like, wait, what? What? I thought you were just on waivers. Didn't they just show you the door for a minute? And then they're like, no, come back. What do you get to the parking lot? And they're like, just kidding.
Pittsburgh did the same thing.
they did, yeah.
Chico had made mention earlier that potentially, have him out there for a showcase or a potential trade target or a potential trade partner may have been like, hey, can we see him one more time and see how he does tonight against, Pittsburgh? So those are two possibilities. But yeah, I thought going on waivers meant that he wasn't going to be in the lineup either. And when Chico said he was in the lineup earlier, I was like, ooh, that's weird. I wasn't expecting it.
I don't understand that because I thought you have to. Once you're put on waivers, I thought it was like you're put on waivers. You have to clear waivers before you can. I don't know. See, I'm not smart, and it's late, and my brain hurts. I don't understand how that worked. I was like super confused, but either way,
it's very rare. It's very rare. I think it's some sort of rare instance that it happens.
So rare. It's like a small little animal. It's an animal that you find.
It's very rare.
Like
very,
Bigfoot
very,
rare?
I think so.
Like a snake that's still mooing. Very, very rare.
Exactly. Purple in the middle.
Yeah. I want to name it before it comes to my plate.
We've gone so far off the rails, it's not even funny.
Oh,
not really. I mean, we're still within the realm of being on the rails. We're just, now we're walking into the back of the car, screaming at random people. It's like a drunk train ride home from a Devils game afterwards.
I haven't done that in forever. Man, I miss that.
Oh, those were the best. Those were the best. Especially if we win. If we lose, it's the worst.
Can't wait to see Sam Wu and his Ranger suck gear getting kicked out, escorted out by police, Randy Marsh. Oh, this is America. I thought this is North New Jersey. What's going on? I thought this is North New Jersey. I thought the Rangers suck here. What's going on?
You can't use that word. It's offensive, Samuel.
Final thoughts, guys.
Final thoughts.
Man, just really wish I had that jersey, man. Wow, it's just looks so nice there, hanging up in the background. And
I just muted him.
Yeah,
shorts guy. Go on.
All right, here's my final thought. The Rangers suck, and I hate the Rangers.
Yeah, my final thought is I agree with Shorts Guy, and I wonder what's going to happen tomorrow. It's going to be interesting.
Sammy, your final thought?
How many first-round picks can we get? Who's getting desperate? We got a defenseman. Who's desperate?
Yeah.
Show me what you got.
My final thoughts. Well, Chico Resch is a real friend of the podcast. It was a pleasure talking to him 10 minutes prior to going on air pregame. We may do it again. 18th, I'll be there at 11 a.m. for Ranger or Hate Week, the last game of a 4-game set. Yeah, the wrap-up. Well, I just hope that tomorrow we'll bring more prospects, more draft picks, because with the amount of cap space the Devils will have and all the young talent and assets that they'll have, I think this will put them over the top for the future, and just keep building it. Keep building it. I'll extend my patience for another 3 years. But if they don't make the playoffs in the next 3 years, then I'll feel like I'm duped because the old guard is completely gone. No Zajac, Andy Green, everybody's gone. The only person that's still there is Martin Brodeur as an executive role. This is all on Harrison Blitzer right now, and I like to see a playoffs. I like to see victories. What? What are you talking about?
He's reading comments.
Oh, okay. All right. I thought it was something I said.
Sam.
All right. Watch. We'll be on the breaking news tomorrow. Enjoy your NHL trade deadline, and Rangers suck. And we'll see you later. Let's go Devils.